RBARapidCity.com. Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sale is here. Book today because every home should be warm and cozy.
Do you find yourself in a difficult legal situation? Whether it's a DUI, criminal charges, or an injury case, you need the right lawyer on your side. That's where Wrench Law comes in. With over 30 years of experience, Tim Wrench is a trial lawyer who knows the ins and outs of the legal system. Tim specializes in helping people in a jury trial get the best possible outcome for the case. Don't let legal troubles get in the way of your life. Contact Wrench Law today and get the help you need to move forward. Wrench Law, who you need when you're caught in a bind. Call 605-341-1111.
Looking for a great place for a pregame meal that really satisfies? Or maybe you want a place to take your all-star after the game. Or you're looking for a place to enjoy a delicious meal while watching your favorite team on the big screen TV. Valley Sports Bar and Grill has all the bases covered for all those things and more. Top-notch, friendly, and attentive service. Wall-to-wall big screen TVs with all the big games. And the absolute best wings in Rapid City. Valley Sports Bar. Make it your place. 1865 Valley Drive, Rapid City.
In the past, if you needed auto body repair, you had to get multiple estimates and then try to get your car into a shop for repair. Well, not anymore. In most cases, you can stop by one shop, get your estimate, and schedule your car for a repair. The question now becomes which shop you choose. If you like quality, choose J&J Truck and Auto Body. They have ASE, PPG, and Gold iCar certifications that allow them to offer you a nationwide warranty. And they'll work with your insurance company so you're pleased with the outcome. J&J Truck and Auto Body, 1513 East Philadelphia.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
64 during his 6 seasons as GM, and the Jets are just 3-8 this season. Former Browns GM Phil Savage will serve as the interim GM, that is, for the rest of the season. Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy says that quarterback Cooper Rush will start in Week 12 against the Commanders, his third straight start. Giants signed veteran quarterback Tim Boyle to their practice squad. Oregon is in the Big Ten championship game. The conference ran all the scenarios for the final 2 weeks of the season, and it was determined that the Ducks would not finish lower than second, so they have clinched a spot in the game in Indy on December 7th. Well, ESPN reports 76ers guard Tyrese Maxey called out teammate Joel Embiid in a Monday night team meeting. Maxey was critical of Embiid's tardiness, saying he needed to show up on time to team functions. Nuggets without Nikola Jokic tonight against the Grizzlies. Dodgers meeting with Juan Soto today. I'm Dan Beyer.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome in across South Dakota. It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show, the Nate Brown Show, back and ready. It's always a great day in South Dakota, even if it is a bit breezy, a little bit breezy across the state. We are ready to go. South Dakota Sports Talk Show. I'm back and ready. Glad to be back this Tuesday. Took a little extra long weekend, a football weekend. I can't have it any better than that. College football Saturday, NFL football Sunday, and I'm back to it, ready to go with reaction across the board. Let's get going. South Dakota Sports Talk Show, welcome in. Thanks for making this show possible. Let's look at the Forever Lawn guest lineup straight ahead, brought to you by Forever Lawn. They have the best lineup in South Dakota of artificial grass, featuring canine grass for your dog, sports grass for the best turf, golf greens, playground grass, landscape grass for your house. Forever Lawn's the company, ready to install across the entire state, both sides. Give them a call, 831-9026. Get started by Googling as well. Forever Lawn in South Dakota. That's Forever Lawn in South Dakota. The Forever Lawn guest lineup looks like this on a Tuesday. Two-time Super Bowl champ, 15-year wide receiver in the NFL, Brandon Stokely is going to drop by tonight, talking NFL and Broncos Bo Nix. Brandon Stokely on tonight. Straight ahead, National College Football writer popping in, John Bryce, going to get us started. Footballscoop.com, a lot to discuss there. To the high school side, state championships wrapped up. Another great high school football season in the books, and congrats to all the champions, everybody bringing home the hardware for their town, their school. Dan Swartos is on tonight from Pierre. He's the the executive director of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Want to discuss not just the football championships, how did it all go, crowd-wise, the whole thing. The Activities Association has done an economic impact study where they're looking at things like the football championships. What does that do for a community of Vermilion? What does that do across the state where we have state events? We'll get into a lot of that with Dan Swartos of the Activities Association. Also tonight, David Crum is in, South Dakota Mines athletic director. Big match tonight in Rapid City in the RMAC volleyball side of things. Tuesday show ready to go. The Nate Brown Show inviting you on 605-720-1067. If you want to be in on the Barron's Wilson text line, that's how you can do it. 605-720-1067. That is the Barron's Wilson text line. Another way you can be part of the conversation on the Pizza Ranch hotline. Live in studio, same number. Call the program, 605-720-1067. All right. Here's a lot of things to get to, NFL, high school, college. I do want to start the show with a discussion that is going to continue over the next 2 weeks. I've got my eyes on this team, this program. Many of you do as well. Can they get a win in their last 2 games? Can your Nebraska Huskers get a win in their last 2 games? Huskers go down to USC, another close one, score, single digits loss. We've seen them over and over and over. And it's happened to the Scott Frost era. It's happening now in the Matt Rule era. The one score, well, we could get a touchdown and tie it and the whole thing. They don't. Huskers go down to USC, who was also struggling, and now it's Wisconsin coming to Lincoln this weekend. Then you got the Iowa matchup next week. And so why am I looking at it? You have to know this. In Husker territory, you have to know if the Huskers can't win one of their last 2 games, then they don't go to another bowl game. That streak continues. They start out hot, 5 wins. Everybody's rocking and rolling. And the scenario is now the Huskers look to next year, and it'll be year 3 of Matt Rule. Is there any possible way that year 3 of Matt Rule could be a hot seat year? I ask that as a question of the day. As a matter of fact, I want to know, is there any possible way that another Husker coach gets on another hot seat in year 3? That's when things started getting a little toasty for Scott Frost, falling out of favor, the whole thing, and now people are throwing it out once again. And I want to know if there's any legitimacy to that from Husker Nation, from real Husker fans. I watched the Huskers for years and years from afar. I'm not bleeding red. I'm not a Husker homer. I want to know from a Big Ten perspective, where is the right place for Nebraska? Where is it? Well, it's got to be, somebody will say, well, it's got to be better than Indiana. It's got to be better than Iowa, but it hasn't been. And now Indiana comes in here with their new coach, and they flip this thing around in a year. I think they're going to get boat raced by Ohio State this weekend, and then the Indiana pipe dream, I think, is going to end. But I'm telling you, at least they flipped it. They win a lot of games. Indiana hasn't played anybody that difficult, but they've won a lot of games. So Husker fans are going to grow impatient, even with Matt Rule, who was showing promise. And now year 3 next year, is he on the hot seat if they don't win in these last 2 weeks? Thanks for calling. You're live today, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate, I'd be calling you.
I'm ready. What's the real story?
Well, I say yes. And I'm a 60-plus year Husker fan. 62, 64 years probably. But you paid this guy $9 million. If you don't win one of the next 2, like you said, you don't get a bowl. They're the only major college in the country that hasn't been to a bowl in 7 years. It'll be 8 if they don't win one of the next 2. That also means you lost 3 in a row last year to end the season and miss a bowl. This year it would be 6 in a row. if you don't win one of the next 2 games.
So you can't take that. You just can't take it that last year, this year, you can't have it.
Not if you're making progress and moving. I didn't expect them to go, from 5-7 to 9-3. But I did. I was figuring around 7-5.
How much How much time though? I mean, we need to give Dylan Raiola. Right, we got to get him a little bit of time, but people say, well, that's the QB. They were missing the QB. Well, he's just a true freshman. So does that matter to you?
Well, he's past that now. You're 10 games into the season. This guy's supposed to be a 5-star. So to me, I think he's regressed. Now, granted, the competition's tougher this last half of the season than it was the first half, but he made a bad throw last week. The guy was covered all the way, and he threw it anyway and got a pick. He slid down early on a slide, short of the first down, cost him another possession. I just don't think, I'm not impressed with this guy at this point in the season. And I'm tired of hearing all these 19-year-old freshmen. He's got 10 games. He's supposedly a stud. You shouldn't be making you should be making steady progress, and I think he hasn't made that progress this year.
And the seat's hot.
So that tells you that Rule, here's the heat from the fans and the around regarding the offense, which they're 99th in the country in red zone percentage of touchdowns. They're 110th in the country in red zone scoring this year, and so to me, they haven't made any improvements since last year, and we got a better quarterback than we had. The defense I thought was really, really good, and I think they are not as good as I thought they were. But part of that issue is they're on the field so much because the offense is struggling.
I think the defense is solid, maybe not elite, but solid. So the seat is hot. Long story short, you're a Husker lifer. The seat is hot again for Rule next year. Very hot.
Very hot. I'm wondering if they don't make a bowl, I'm wondering if Raiola isn't going to start looking around.
This day and age, you never know, honestly.
Yeah, his uncle's a coach there.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing to keep him there. And the family has moved to Nebraska from Arizona, so that's a plus to keeping him. But I also, I've said before, you gotta make plays. The coaches can only do so much, and then they put you in position to succeed. We had a potential interception in the end zone last week that turned into a touchdown. It went right through the defensive back's hands. He had great coverage. The ball went right through his hands into the receiver's hands. I mean, you gotta make plays.
I get it. I mean, here's the ongoing theme. You know this every week. They're close. I mean, you say, well, we're close. And can't get over the top. By the way, all right, I know where you're at. Thanks for getting in. I appreciate it. 605-720-1067 is the Nate Brown Show Pizza Ranch Hotline. By the way, the Pizza Ranch Hotline powered by the Pizza Ranch. 2 locations in Rapid City. Also at 3809 East 10th Street in Sioux Falls. Stop by the East 10th Street location. And in Brandon for you, 202 South Split Rock. That's the Pizza Ranch. Your locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch, home of everyone's favorite buffet. Let's go to this. If the Huskers don't get another win against Wisconsin or Iowa, is the seat really hot? Third year, Matt Rule. Next year, is the seat really hot? Yes, next year's his only chance, or no, we can't keep doing this. I did want to give that option. Here on the Nate Brown Show, question of the day. We can't keep doing this. Coaches in, coaches out. How long do you give guys? Because Dion flipped it around at Colorado like unbelievably. And Cignetti at Indiana's flipped this thing. Now, I'm going to tell you, Indiana's not the real deal, I don't think, but they're pretty good. I mean, they're in a discussion. They're undefeated. So that's an Indiana program that wasn't very good. So people like to say Nebraska just can't quite ever get back in this thing. They won't be what they were. people I don't think are talking about that. They want to get to 7-8 wins and be a factor and be competitive in some of the Big Ten big games. Well, how do you almost beat Ohio State and then you lose games along the way to UCLA and some of these programs? What would you say? Is it a hot seat for Matt Rule? I want to know 2 games to show if they can get to 6 and then people settle down a touch. By the way, here's my prediction. Okay, the Huskers, if they will somehow win one of these last 2, and I'm not sure. I think it's dicey. It's really dicey. If they somehow get one, people will let it die for now. They'll let it die, meaning for now. And then by spring football, the Husker Nation will be so wound up. They'll be looking at Nebraska's upcoming season and, okay, Matt Rule's 3rd year and Dylan Raiola's back. Okay, this is a year. And we got to get to this spot. This 6-win season will not save Matt Rule if he has a bad season next year. That's my prediction. It doesn't. People act like the 6 wins this year will make it all better. I don't think that will. I think it comes back next year, and you better do it again. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Well, Husker fans.
What do you have to say? I got you all
smoked because I've been around since, the 50s.
What do you have to say?
Dylan Raiola, I'm going to say it because I got a lot of Georgia ties, spent half my adult life there. The guy lost in the quarterfinals, Nate, of the Georgia State football playoffs. That's when Georgia said, nah, we're going to hold back on you. Everybody brings him to Nebraska. His uncle, the greatest coach in the world. Matt Rule, he turns around everybody. No. They better give Matt 5 years, though.
5? You know they won't. They won't. They won't.
I go back to the 50s, okay? So listen up.
It was different back then.
What are we accomplishing? Bringing another Mike Riley? Bringing in another Callahan, bring in another Scott Frost, bring in another Nate? Who you bringing in, Nate?
Yeah, I know. I get you. I get you, but you know that.
See, Nebraska was consistent in the old days till the 2000s because they had the same coach every year. They had the same assistant coaches every year. Okay, now you don't. I could name you 5 coaches.
And the OC started last week, but we know how that got put into place. Didn't help much.
But no, this is not a quick turnaround. Okay, Indiana, I'm sorry, you will not hear about them. They'll be the next Minnesota. Okay. The guy brought over 11 players.
But
that
still
played for him for multiple years.
But
Nate.
They did win.
You're
10.
going to a Division I school.
Yeah,
you got some athletes there. You throw it in. Dion, he had to come in, throw 95 people out the door to bring in 95 more, and he'll be gone next year.
All right, man.
So
5
is that
years.
What we really want, Nate?
I know what you want. You want 5 years. I get it, Steve. I get it. I don't think the Huskers are going to let it happen.
Dylan Raiola to get the heck out of Lincoln and go ruin some other college. Because you know what? 4 high schools, 4 years.
Yeah.
All right. That's who you brought in.
I understand. Appreciate you.
Then you bring in a guy that got fired everywhere.
Thanks for getting in, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for calling. All right. Well, people on both sides. One guy wants 5 years. One guy wants it. The hot seat. The seat is hot. What does the audience say on the Nate Brown Show question of the day? If the Huskers don't get another win this season, should Matt Rule really be on the hot seat? That's our question of the day, 605-720-1067. Let us know. Twitter answers are 72% say no, we can't keep doing this. They just don't want to go down that road. 28% say yes, the Rule's on the hot seat. Next year's his only chance. Listener response here. The correct answer to your question is whatever causes Husker fans the most angst. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Come on. I want to tell you something. Can we have some respect for the Husker fans? Can we have some respect? One of the best fan bases you'd ever see. What a nice folks, passionate folks. I mean, they're invested. Let's not. I mean, why do we got to be Husker haters? You're not going to find that on this show. Let's see here. Listener text. The Huskers won't win again this season. Huskers can't keep paying dead money for their fired head coaches. This program is in the top 5 of paying out coaches' salaries that have been fired. They're still paying Pelini. I haven't checked that one. That's something if that's the case. 72% of Husker fans, at least on the Nate Brown Show, say, no, we can't keep doing this. So Matt Rule is not on the hot seat next year. Well, I hate to tell you. Don't say, I'm not saying it's right. What I am telling you is if they lose, and even if they get to 6 wins, both scenarios, next year, the hot seat is hot for Matt Rule. That's just the way that pressure cooker is in Lincoln and Nebraska. That's just the way it is. The seat is really hot for Matt Rule unless you peel off 7, 8 wins consistently. The Husker Nation is going to be on him. That's my prediction. John Bryce gets us going on the Nate Brown Show next. National college football writer from Football Scoop. Plus Brandon Stokely's on the way. 2-time Super Bowl champion wide receiver. Busy show as we get going.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Eve. Get ready to rock the box, featuring flannel and pop rocks live at the Box Event Center. Enter the costume contest for your chance to win the $1,000 grand prize. General admission tickets start at just $35. How about an all-you-can-eat nacho bar? VIP packages, including a room stay and breakfast, start at $149 at rockthebox.live. Rock the box with us and ring in the new year with a bash. Tickets available now. Visit rockthebox.live.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Renewal by Anderson has done it again. Their incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's better than ever. But don't wait. Call and book today. Do not miss this one. You get 20% off every window, plus a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 right before Christmas. No money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. Don't pay a dime until 2026. Call today. Act fast. This incredible offer only runs from November 15th through December 14th. Do not wait. Book your free estimate right now at rbarapidcity.com.
A high wind warning continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. A wind advisory continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. Lows dip down to about 25 tonight under clear skies. Northwesterly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Lots of sunshine outside again tomorrow. Highs level off around 41. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 34.
Shop the Black Friday sales event at Splash City November 15th through December 2nd. Stay warm, relaxed, and save thousands on jacuzzi hot tubs and infrared saunas. Choose between an instant rebate or get 0% financing. Check your local store for details. With free local delivery and setup and an accessory package, you can warm up inside and outside all winter long.
Visit Splash City in Sioux Falls, Rapid City, or Sioux City. It's time to make a splash. You've earned it.
It's Black Friday all month long at Spearfish GMC with total savings up to $84.50 on Sierra 1500 models. Select new 2024 Sierra 1500 models feature 0% APR for 60 months plus $750 purchase cash and $2,500 trade assistance with qualified trade-in. Hummer EV and Sierra HD trucks in stock and on sale too. GMC, we are professional grade. See Spearfish GMC online at spearfishmotors.com.
We're all going somewhere. Going higher, faster, farther. Going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, also streaming right now on X. Follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in South Dakota Sports Talk Show live on Fox Sports Radio, The Nate Brown Show. Glad to have you here. Coming up, Brandon Stokely, two-time Super Bowl champ, 15-year wide receiver in the NFL. Stokely's on the way. Dan Swartos from Pier tonight, Activities Association Executive Director, talking South Dakota High School football championships and more. Dan Swartos coming up. Busy show, college football, national writer John Bryce getting us going on a Tuesday, footballscoop.com. Have you hit the site? I do it every day, footballscoop.com. Great coverage from John Bryce and the crew. John, good to get you back on. How are you?
I'm good, Nate. Always good to visit with you and fine folks throughout South Dakota.
I started my show with the question, is this real? If the Huskers can't win one of these last games, they started out promising they had an easier schedule this year. They're losing. They just can't get over the top. They got Wisconsin this week. They got Iowa next week. If they can't win, they're not going to go to a bowl game again. I asked my audience, is Matt Rule really on the hot seat in his third year? 71% of them now say, no, we can't keep doing this. Like the Husker fans are saying, we can't keep doing this. But I'm saying, John, I think that seat is hot just of how the pressure cooker is in Lincoln. What say you?
Yeah, I'm stunned that 71% of respondents would say that he would not be on the hot seat going into 2025. I just think that the natural progression, especially as we've seen some other programs turn around so rapidly in such short order, is that coaches used to get 4 and 5 years, and that's just not reality anymore. And you're expected to show progress from year 1 to year 2, and Nebraska can still do that. But if there is not progress from year 1 to year 2, then year 3 becomes a referendum year.
Okay, that's what I see, and I think Matt Rule said, hey, we got to do something here. He brought in Dana Holgerson, and so he's trying to start something there. What did you think of Nebraska here against USC? It's another single score game, but they come out on the losing side. Dylan Raiola, the quarterback, for example, started out good, but the competition wasn't that difficult. Does he get more time? Raiola saying, hey, this is a true freshman. How much time should he get to be a big-time QB?
Yeah, I don't think that certainly Dylan Raiola is not the lone issue for the Cornhuskers, and anytime that you're turning to a true freshman who went through 3 or 4 different high schools over the course of his career, there's going to be bumps, and he has tremendous talent. But look, you're in the Big Ten, and you played a fine Colorado team from the Big 12 early in your season, and you've had difficult games along the way. And Nebraska had Ohio State in some of those other games, and Indiana, and so maybe their schedule going into the year was perceived to be a bit of a let-up, but it's certainly not been the case. Now, look, I will contend all day long in the rest of the season. The UCLA loss is the one. It's unacceptable, in my opinion. If you're a Nebraska fan, coach, player, whomever, you should have never, ever lost that football game. But Raiola gets more time, certainly. It's just year 1 for him, and it's year 1 in college for him. And Matt Rule is going to get more time, but you have to have progress, and they still can. They can. Look, Wisconsin's got issues too. It's year 2 or whatever for Luke Fickell, and hired an offensive coordinator, and we know that Matt Rule has made changes to the coordinator position as well, and so he's not sticking his head in the sand. But it is like if you're 5-7 again, then I don't think you can avoid 2025 being a referendum year because college football is different than it's ever been before.
You talk about college football, John, changing, and do fans see, like in Indiana, a program that's not great? Now they get a new coach. It's a big turnaround in the first year. He brings in a bunch of his players, and they all of a sudden are 10-0, and then the Husker fans say, well, why can't we do that?
Yeah, you absolutely. That's my point. The clock is shortened because of Indiana, because of Colorado. Look, Colorado controls its destiny. If it wins 3 more games, Colorado is a college football playoff team in year 2 under Deion Sanders after the most substantial roster flip and overhaul in the history of the sport, and in a program that had slumped even lower than Indiana had when Cignetti took over there after Tom Allen was fired. And there's other instances around the country. You see what Ole Miss has done to climb to new heights, and having just beaten Georgia soundly at home 10 days ago. So, yes, the patience has been waning in college athletics for a long time. There's a direct correlation. The patience diminishes as the money rises, and these coaches are paid $8, $9, $10 million a year, and then the leash is much shorter because of that.
John Bryce is on tonight, college football writer, footballscoop.com, national writer. Find him on Twitter at John D. Bryce1. I went to the CU game Saturday in Boulder, CU, Utah. Watch Shedeur Sanders, watch Travis Hunter. I mean, it's amazing players. And I look at that and I say, man, their defense is tougher. They just are pretty solid. Colorado is. And I want to know, the crowd was packed and juiced. It was just a different scene. It was really, really bad there for a long time. How amazing is that to you, John? You've covered college football a long time, what Deion Sanders has done.
It's incredible, and it's incredible because it's not just unprecedented from the step of Deion Sanders and his career arc to be a power conference head coach like he is, but it's unprecedented for the way he's assembled his staff and having a Warren Sapp on the defensive side of the ball and a Pat Shurmur involved, and he made a great hire at defense coordinator. The name escapes me, but that's the guy from the Bengals who's been a big-time addition for them, and it's just unprecedented. Gets thrown around too much. Probably I'm guilty of it as well, but the success there is unprecedented, and I wrote about him today. He talked about it because somebody asked him about the rumors and the speculation with the Cowboys or whatever, and he first of all was like, come on, you can't be asking that. My boss is in the room. And then he was like, no, you were saying other things early in the year when we lost a couple of games, and you were like, oh, Deion's not going to make it long, and now here they are, 8-2. Winners of 4 in a row, 6 out of 7, and again, controlled their destiny to be a playoff team. And that's remarkable football. That's also remarkably shortening the leash for people everywhere, from Matt Rule to whomever.
It's quite something. Let's go back to the Big Ten, John. How much of a chance does Indiana have against Ohio State?
I think Minnesota has a much better shot against Penn State than Indiana has against Ohio State. Now, look, Ohio State hasn't really been down of note. I know that they lost to Oregon, but that was a seesaw affair. If something happens in Indiana, and I guess they were down 10-0 early at Penn State, but that was like 5 minutes into the game, and you could just tell they were the superior team. If Indiana gets out early 14-0 and plays the defense that they've been playing and makes Ohio State press, there's zero pressure on Indiana, none whatsoever. All the pressure in the world is on Ryan Day and Ohio State because they can't afford another loss, number one, and number two, because the coaching staff and the playing roster is arguably the most expensive ever assembled in college athletics.
Okay, I'm looking at this college football playoff. Now, in the top 25, there's 5 SEC teams in the top 10. 5 teams in the top 10. How many SEC teams really deserve to get into a 12-team playoff?
Yeah, that's the question that everybody wants to know, because certainly the Big Ten has lobbied to have as many as 5, and they've got, 4 of the top 5 teams in the country right now. And so I think the SEC in this iteration will have a hard time getting more than 4. What I said last weekend was BYU, and I have a lot of respect for the BYU coaching staff. I was just out there and spent some time with their special teams coordinator 2 weeks ago for a big feature on Football Scoop. But the loss that BYU endured last weekend to Kansas almost certainly makes the Big 12 a one-bid league. And because Miami is no longer unbeaten and SMU, the other top team in that conference, already lost to BYU, I think the ACC is incredibly likely to be a one-bid league. So I think right now, and we're going to find out more in about 30 minutes or 2 hours, something like that, I think right now you're looking at probably 4 SEC teams, 4 Big Ten teams, 1 ACC, 1 Big 12, the group of 5, and then Notre Dame. That's what I think the field would be right now today.
I think that's got to be right on. I mean, that feels right on. How about the Heisman Trophy? I was at CU. I told you that. Man, they're hyped on Travis Hunter. He played 132 plays. I mean, he makes plays up and down the field, defensively, offensively. Is he the Heisman frontrunner?
Oh, by far. And his performance last weekend dramatically shifted the money in Vegas and in the sports books. And Ashton Genty will be in New York. But I think, honestly, it may be a situation where there's only 3 finalists or 3 guys that make the trip to New York. And I think it'll be Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and Ashton Genty. And I don't think Shedeur Sanders will rob enough votes from Travis Hunter to keep Travis Hunter from winning it. I'll have more about that on Football Scoop probably tomorrow. Coach Prime with some hilarious and candid commentary today about Travis Hunter's viability as a Heisman Trophy candidate and pretty much every other trophy out there. But at this point in time, barring something absolutely crazy in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I think it's Travis Hunter's trophy to lose.
John, you've covered Deion Sanders from his time at Jackson State, and he's at Colorado. He said something Saturday. He said, don't let your hatred for me ruin Travis Hunter's chances to get the Heisman, essentially. That's what he said. Don't let your hatred for me. He's talking to the media, I guess the national press. Are there people that don't want, that are after Deion?
Deion's got his detractors because there are people who don't like how candid he is, or there are people who question his methods or things like that. I don't know of anybody in the media, and I've got friends that are Heisman voters. I'm on a number of the other national awards. I can tell you right now I voted for Travis Hunter today in the Biletnikoff Award. So I don't think – I know Deion likes to say that stuff, and I think he likes to paint an us against the world portrait out in Boulder for his CU Buffs team. But I think there are a lot of people out there cheering for Deion Sanders. A lot of people in the media, like myself, are very compelled to cover Deion Sanders because I do believe that he holds those guys to an accountability that a lot of coaches can't. I do believe he has an authenticity with his players that helps him discipline them and keep them invested in the classroom and in some other things. And so I don't think there's people in the media that wouldn't vote for Travis Hunter as the Heisman Trophy winner because of Deion Sanders, and I would be incredibly ashamed and disappointed if I learned that there was.
John Bryce getting us started. Great stuff tonight. National college football writer. Find his work at footballscoop.com. John, good to have you as always, man. Thanks a lot.
You got it, buddy. Thanks, Nate.
Appreciate you. John Bryce in tonight getting us started. This is a good college football segment. Footballscoop.com. National writer John Bryce getting us going on a Tuesday. All right. Let's go to Brandon Stokely. Talk NFL. 2-time Super Bowl champ, 15-year wide receiver, Brandon Stokely, joining us live next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Want to improve your putting? Master your chip shots? Golf Greens by Forever Lawn is the ultimate synthetic turf to improve your short game. For the committed golfer to the recreational player, we create custom golf greens to make your home or business the premier practice and entertainment destination. Call 605-831-9026 or Google Forever Lawn in South Dakota. With dealerships on both sides of the state, we're ready to help you shave strokes off your golf game. Forever Lawn in South Dakota.
Deck the halls with holiday scratching. Scratch, 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 scratch. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Good, 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 good fun. Good, good, fun, fun. Give the gift that makes them happy. Scratch, 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 scratch. It's the perfect stocking stuffer. From the Southern
Must be 18 to play. Please play and give responsibly.
The wait is over. The all-new second location of Mr. Liquor off Catron Boulevard is now open. Shop Western South Dakota's ultimate destination for premium spirits, fine wines, beer, and more. Enhance your experience at Mr. Liquor's new Campfire Bar and Patio with large TVs, rotating taps, and featured wines to be enjoyed inside or outside around massive fire pits. The all-new Mr. Liquor off Catron Boulevard next to Walmart is now open. Or shop the original spot on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City. More than liquor, it's Mr. Liquor.
Hi, it's Nate Brown for WeatherTight Exteriors in Rapid City. I got to tell you, I just worked with WeatherTight on replacing the roof at my house, and the process was seamless working with this great local company. They were an outstanding advocate helping us get things in place. I believe in the work that they do, but not just me. They've been voted Best of the Black Hills 5 years in a row. When the time comes to replace your roof, siding, even windows, WeatherTight is the local company you can count on. Remember, WeatherTight.com.
Being in business has its rewards as well as its challenges. It means being the first one in the door in the morning and turning off the lights when you leave at night. Your business is unique, and you need a bank that understands your needs. You deserve the best. You need a financial partner that is invested in your success. You need Pioneer Bank and Trust. Don't settle. Pioneer. Pioneer Bank and Trust. Local.
Pioneer Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. With today's home values, right now could be a great time to sell your home. The Black Hills housing market is competitive, and I would love to help you get top dollar for your home. I have been selling real estate and attracting buyers in Rapid City for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. If you're thinking of selling your current home, let me put my expertise to work for you. Just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker. List it, sell it, and move on. With me, David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
We all know life's busy, and if you get sick, you can get behind pretty quick. That's where Black Hills Urgent Care comes in. No appointments needed, no long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show across South Dakota. It is South Dakota's sports talk show. Your sports, your show. Glad you're here. Thanks for making this show possible. We appreciate it. Well, I went on a Colorado football weekend. I took a little extra long weekend. Went to the Colorado-Utah game Saturday, Folsom Field. Been there before, took it in again. Stadium hasn't changed, but the atmosphere has definitely changed. Colorado wins. And then I go to the Broncos. What an outstanding game. The Broncos' biggest margin of victory in 6 years. Bo Nix's best game of his career. And the Broncos roll the Falcons. Let's go to Denver. Brandon Stokely's on tonight. Appreciate his time. 15-year wide receiver in the NFL. His show on in the mornings. 104.3 The Fan. I listened to him going out the door yesterday. Denversports.com, where you can find it. Stream it there. Denversports.com. Brandon, good to have you on. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great, Nate. But I mean, damn, we're gonna have to get you back here every week. I mean, you're 2-0. We're gonna roll the red carpet out for you, buddy. I mean, unbelievable.
I will say this. I mean,
you didn't even call me, Nate. You didn't even call me.
No, I know you're busy. Okay, I know you've got things popping. My kids are the ones. They've gone to these games. I've taken them to these games. They saw the game last year against the Chiefs. And so they won that first time in 16 tries. Then they see this one, the best Bo Nix game, the biggest margin of victory. So they're like, oh, we should go all the time. I'm going, maybe, but it's once a year, like it or not. Okay, let me ask you on the Broncos side. So Bo Nix has his best game. I've said this the last couple of weeks. Early on, I was watching it. Slow decision-making, processing, I thought was like, I don't know, he's hesitating, he's running a lot, and maybe that was just the progression of, hey, this is the NFL. It's a whole different ballgame. Now the last 2 weeks I go, man, he looks a lot different. What do you see?
Yeah, I think that it looks like the game is slowing down for him. And you're right. There were some bad moments early. But if you go back, and I had to go back because I was a little bit critical of it, and I went back and watched some games, and you saw some bad footwork, some bad decisions. The Chargers game at home, first half was bad, but late in the game he got really comfortable and calm. His footwork was much better, so there was a lot of good there, but also some things that you looked at and you said, "Ooh, that really needs to improve." And, you hope that it did improve, right? Because he is a young quarterback. You got to take that in context when you're evaluating him. And it really has the last few weeks. I mean, he's been so good. And then, you were at the game on Sunday against the Falcons. I mean, it was the best game, obviously, that he's had. But the offensive line did great. Sean Payton did great calling the plays. And it looks like it's slowing down for him a little bit. That doesn't mean it's going to be perfect moving forward, but it looks like it's slowing down. He's understanding what's going on, and the guys around him are making plays. And so, obviously that's a huge positive. But, yeah, there were some bad moments early, but there was also some moments that you looked at early in the season and you said, okay, I think this guy has got it. Hopefully he can continue to progress and develop, but there's something there that shows you that, he might have what it takes. And then now you fast forward to week 10, week 11, and you see what he's doing. It's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It looks like it's slowing down for him.
Okay, here's the kicker. As a Broncos fan, a Broncos lifer, and you played for the Broncos, you cover them now. I look at it and say, are the Broncos the team that lost to the Ravens 41-10? Are the Broncos the team that should have beat the Chiefs, actually, did without the blocked field goal and then blew out the Falcons? I don't know quite sure what they are. What do you say?
Let me help you out, Nate. Let me help you out, buddy. Hey, the Ravens are the Ravens. The old saying, Nate, styles makes fights, right? So, when you match up against certain teams, you just don't match up well. And when you go on the road, we got to remember, they went on the road, 11 o'clock start, early start, in Baltimore. I spent 5 years with the Ravens. That's a tough place to play. You're playing Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. They're a one-off. You won't see that anywhere else in the NFL, the way that they play football with Baltimore. And they gave the Broncos a lot of trouble, and ended up getting out of hand there in the second half. Okay, whatever. It's okay. They bounced back nicely against the Chiefs. Should have beat them, and walked away with a loss. How do they do the next week? Do they let that linger, or do they bounce back and show that they have something to them? And they showed that they have something to them, right? They can go through a little bit of adversity. So I didn't put anything in that Ravens loss. It was what it was. That was always going to be a tough game, and for all the circumstances, and they showed that they could bounce back nicely, and then they should have beat the Chiefs, and obviously it was a tough loss, and they showed that they have some resilience to them, and they're made of something, and they just came out last week against the Falcons, and man, what a game they played last week. So I think this team is a real team. They got a really good defense, an offense that's still progressing and trying to find themselves, and you're gonna see some ups and downs still here. But I really do. I like this team. I like what they're made of. They're tough. They're resilient, and they can fight through adversity.
So you think you played in the league? You just have some of those games. They got smoked by the Dolphins last year.
Yep.
It was the Ravens. Every team maybe has one of those games.
Yeah, you're spot on. And especially when you face a team like the Ravens, or last year, when they faced the Dolphins. I mean, sometimes that stuff happens, right? You're off your game, you're on the road, early start, and you get your tail whipped. I mean, that happens. And so who cares? Who cares if you lose by 3 or 40 or give up 70 like they did last year against the Dolphins? It all counts the same. And I think you got to be able to bounce back and move on. You watch the film, right? You make your corrections, and then you move on to the next week. And that's got to be the mindset. And you give the coaching staff a lot of credit, right? Because, even when you win and things are going well, that's got to be your mindset. We put it behind us after we watch film on Monday. And even when you get your butt whipped, That's got to be your mindset. And so you give Sean Payton and his coaching staff a lot of credit, but also the players, because they don't let that stuff linger. They're able to move on, and that showed on Sunday.
Brandon Stokely joining us tonight, South Dakota Sports Talk Show with the two-time Super Bowl champ wide receiver, DenverSports.com, his show on in the morning on 104.3 The Fan. So Bo Nix and the Broncos 6-5. How do you feel about, hey, they've got a playoff spot now, looking at the rest of their schedule? What do you think this team, what's the likelihood win-wise?
Well, I mean, I think you're looking at 10 wins, 9 at the minimum, and I think they're a playoff team. I'd be disappointed if they're not a playoff team. But you know what? I came into the season, and you got to realize where we've been around here since 2016, when post-Peyton Manning. You've been looking for a quarterback, it seems like, every year. Do you have your quarterback? That's the most important thing. And I feel like the answer is yes.
You do.
And so other than that, everything is lagniappe. You know what lagniappe is? That's extra. Everything is lagniappe. That's a little Cajun word I'm going to throw in for the day.
I like it.
That's extra, right? So, I mean, the fact that they are 6-5 right now, and we feel great about our quarterback, and you feel good about what's coming up, and the possibility that the Broncos can actually be a winner, a winning football team for the first time since 2016, and maybe a playoff team since the first time since 2015, that's a huge positive. And guess what? If they don't reach that, that's fine. You got a $50-something million cap hit from Russell Wilson. And then next year it goes down to 30-something. So you think about the possibilities of what you got with Bo Nix on a rookie contract moving forward. You're going to have more cap space. He doesn't have a lot around him offensively. The offensive line's been playing good. But the possibilities of adding people in the draft and free agency, they're going to have all their picks moving forward, and so it just has you very optimistic about the future of the Broncos, and that's what's the most important thing this year. The playoffs, okay, they should, and I'd be disappointed, like I said, if they don't, but they're not going to win the Super Bowl. So the real goal is, do you have your quarterback? And I think we all feel that we have our quarterback here in Denver.
The Bo leaving chart is at 100% for Brandon Stokely. It's at 100%?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't it be? I'm just going off of what I watched, and I've watched a lot of film. I go back and rewatch the game multiple times. And like I said, there were some moments early on, some footwork issues that he had. The game looked like it was moving fast. I don't think Sean really helped him. Peyton really helped him early on with how he was calling the game. I thought that he was treating him more like he was already Drew Brees in year 5 or 6 and not a rookie quarterback. Because, I get it. Sean loved him. He was an older quarterback. He played a lot in college, but he still had to learn and grow and figure out the NFL game. And so I think Sean realized that, took a step back, maybe slowed some things down, and now you see the progression. So how could you not believe this guy is the real deal? I mean, it's 11 games. The Broncos are 6-5. He just played his best game, was brilliant against the Falcons, and it seems like it's going to be a perfect match between Sean Payton and Bo Nix. And if you don't see that and you don't believe that, then you're just probably just a hater.
What I learned today, Brandon Stokely's on it with Bo Nix, and he said, I got to reach out to him when I come to a Broncos game, so I'm going to do it next year. I'm in on that. Brandon Stokely, I got to get down to the field with Stokely. He's got connections, I know. All right, DenverSports.com. Listen to his show in the morning. Great work, as always. Brandon, good to have you, man. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah, Nate, anytime, buddy. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Appreciate your time. One of the best. We like getting him when we can. Brandon Stokely talking Broncos. DenverSports.com. Two-time Super Bowl champ wide receiver, 15 years in the league. So Brandon Stokely's Bo leaving chart is at 100%. Where's the Nate Brown Show Bo leaving chart? Where is it? Where is it? I will tell you next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
This New Year's Eve, get ready to rock the box, featuring Flannel and Pop Rocks live at the Box Event Center. Enter the costume contest for your chance to win the $1,000 grand prize. General admission tickets start at just $35. How about an all-you-can-eat nacho bar? VIP packages, including a room stay and breakfast, start at $149 at rockthebox.live. Rock the box with us and ring in the new year with a bash. Tickets available now. Visit rockthebox.live.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Renewal by Anderson has done it again. Their incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's better than ever. But don't wait. Call and book today. Do not miss this one. You get 20% off every window, plus a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 right before Christmas. No money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. Don't pay a dime until 2026. Call today. Act fast. This incredible offer only runs from November 15th through December 14th. Do not wait. Book your free estimate right now at rbarapidcity.com.
Expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at bhosc.com.
Ever dreamed of building something amazing? Builders First Source in Rapid City, Spearfish, and Hot Springs is your go-to building materials partner. Whether you're building new or giving new life to an old space, we provide step-by-step guidance from drafting and cabinetry design to lifelike visualization and top-quality materials. It's your vision, and we're here to make it real. Visit BLDR.com. Builders First Source, your Black Hills partner in building every step of the way.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
South Dakota Sports Talk Show, The Nate Brown Show, powered by Apex Fitness. What is Apex Fitness? New app that will help you get healthy, whether you're looking for weight loss, maybe you're looking for maintenance. How about muscle gain? It has every workout you need right there, personalized to you. Over 500 recipes to eat healthy. It's the new Apex Fitness app. South Dakota designed and South Dakota based. Are you ready to transform your fitness journey? Take a look. $15 a month. That's it. So you've been hearing about it maybe. Go to apexathletics3.com. That's the number 3. apexathletics3.com. Start your fitness journey with the new Apex Fitness app. $15 a month. You can't beat it. When you're a busy guy, this is the way to stay fit. apexathletics3.com. So, I just got a listener text. I'm back from Colorado. Had a good time. It was a football weekend. I went to took my family to Colorado, Utah. So love college football. Huge college football fan. Really enjoyed it. Went to, despite the guy eating a pretzel above me in the second row who was getting his crumbs all over my hair. But what's left of it. But nonetheless, I appreciate that. It's the leftovers pretzel. Thank you. And at the Broncos game, I had fifth row tickets, and it was outstanding. What an atmosphere. And they said, do you have any interesting stories? Listener text said, any interesting stories from your Colorado football weekend? It was pretty clean. Pretty clean outside of one bathroom episode, but pretty clean other than that. And it was a lot of fun. Great football experience. College football Saturday, NFL Sunday. And I started thinking, what game, if you had to pick one, what would you go to? Big time college football Saturday, NFL Sunday. I just wonder, NFL's king, like Bills Chiefs, just had the highest viewers all season long, right? If you had to pick one, you say, this is my football game I got to go to. Big time college football Saturday or an NFL Sunday. Because I asked my kids, they hadn't been to a big time college football game, so that was kind of their first run there. They've been to the Broncos game, but not fifth row, and they thought that was just off the charts. I asked them, which did you like better? They couldn't really say. They couldn't say. I asked you that question. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good.
Good. Awesome. So, it depends on the college team, and it depends on the pro team. That's kind of a sidesteppy answer, but
it is like, very sidesteppy.
I would love to go to just an absolute sold-out night game at Nebraska. And see like the historic or Notre Dame or like down in what do they call it, Death Valley, LSU.
Yep.
Like one of those just historical, amazing places.
If you had an LSU game, and then they say you could go to LSU, SEC Saturday night, or Vikings, Packers.
Because the Vikings would probably lose. But no, I'd go to the Vikings because you kind of have to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to be loyal to your team, right?
I boxed you in.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But so I want to make a deal with you. With the way things went this past weekend, it might not be as hard as I was hoping. But if I'll say something nice about Russell Wilson if you say something nice about Sean Payton.
I haven't done that yet, have I? That's a good point.
No, you haven't.
That's an interesting point. Let me think on that.
All right. Well, I'll get ahead of you on it. For Russell Wilson, I think when he was in Denver, I think Denver got diva Russell Wilson, like he was still kind of on the high from Seattle.
Okay.
And I think Pittsburgh got the humbled but hungry Russell. And hungry, humble Russell is a good player.
Very nice. Well, the Broncos got diva Sean Payton. I'll figure the rest out. But anyway.
All right,
thanks,
man.
buddy.
Have a good night. Take it
I
easy.
appreciate it. That's a good challenge. That's a good challenge. Thank you. I will say, the offensive game plan, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say about Sean Payton and the Broncos. Those players, I mean, they are playing unbelievably committed, very hard. I mean, there seems like there's not a player that's bought in there in the Sean Payton culture. So I will say that. I mean, Sean Payton, whether he's edgy and ego and I know everything and one of the greatest coaches of all time, whether that's the case, those players are bought in. I mean, it is tight. I'm watching them on the sidelines on Sunday. I'm watching the whole thing. That's a good operation there. So I may not like Sean's personality, okay, and that's a long history there. I didn't love Sean at New Orleans and that. Okay, so I may not love his personality. He's running that team, and the players are like all in, not just for each themselves. It's like a team. We're in. We're going to make a run. Sean Payton's going to take us. So I will say he must have a great culture. I must say his culture must be really, really good. Into the second hour of the program, my Bo leaving chart was at 80% last week, and now after his best game, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 28 of 33. I mean, it was unbelievable. I was there in person. Where is my chart? I'll get to that. Hang on. I've got the number. I'm not playing around. I'll get to the number on my Bo leaving chart, and because I got to update you every week. And the next one is I'm going to ask you another question. There's an NBA coach who's getting hit for skipping a game. An NBA head coach skipped a regular season game because he was going to watch a high school sporting event. He's getting hit. Is it fair? I'll discuss next.
This is the Nate Brown.
This New Year's Eve, get ready to rock the box featuring Flannel and Pop Rocks live at the Box Event Center. Enter the costume contest for your chance to win the $1,000 grand prize. General admission tickets start at just $35. How about an all-you-can-eat nacho bar? VIP packages, including a room stay and breakfast, start at $149 at rockthebox.live. Rock the box with us and ring in the new year with a bash. Tickets available now. Visit rockthebox.live.
Renewal by Anderson has done it again. Their incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's better than ever. But don't wait. Call and book today. Do not miss this one. You get 20% off every window, plus a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 right before Christmas. No money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. Don't pay a dime until 2026. Call today. Act fast. This incredible offer only runs from November 15th through December 14th. Do not wait. Book your free estimate right now at rbarapidcity.com.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Time for Happy Honda Days at Denny Menlo Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Hondas and Honda certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 1.99% APR on certified pre-owned CRVs, HRVs, and other select models. 1.99. Plus, shop a lot full of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, imports, and domestics. See us at Denny Menlo Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. Length of finance contract is limited with qualified credit. Expires 12/2/24.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Do you have a financial game plan for your life? Hi, this is Lee Cruz, your local trusted New York Life agent here in Rapid City. My passion is helping you put the pieces in place for your family to make sure your game plan is a success. For over 175 years, New York Life has been helping people like yourself take action in securing their future. Don't wait, take action and Google Lee Cruz New York Life or call 605-360-8804. We will work together in putting your family first.
Hi, I'm Bill at Wire for USA. If you're looking for internet, TV, security systems, or cell booster systems, why would you look at a company that only gives you one choice for each of these systems? Wire for USA offers it all. Viasat, Hughes, CenturyLink, Dish TV, DirecTV, Wilson cell booster systems, and now Starlink and Equistar internet systems. Starlink and Equistar are the newest, the fastest, and the strongest satellite internet made. No limit, no contract. Wire for USA has it. Call 605-341-5361. Whatever your home or business needs are, call Wire for USA for the products and the service. You don't need training wheels with our system. Connect to the future with Wire for USA at 605-341-5361. We are hometown, we are South Dakota, and we do appreciate your business. 605-341-5361. See us at our new location, 710 North La Crosse Street in Rapid City.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
Welcome on. Second hour of the program on the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Glad to be back this Tuesday. I hope you've had a great day today. It's always a great day in South Dakota. We know that. Coming up, Dan Swartos. Hang on. We're going to go to the South Dakota High School Activities Association Executive Director. The high school football championships wrapping up. Another high school football season in the books. How was the crowd and all of the championships? And there's this economic impact study that the Activities Association is doing, looking at the state events and what it means for local economies. I want to get into that. Dan Swartos coming up, Executive Director, South Dakota High School Activities Association. Let's go to a couple of things I want to start the show with this hour. One is I got to give you my update on the Bo Nix Bo-leaving chart. Great producer of the Nate Brown Show, Matt Kearney. Don't hold it against him. He loves daylight savings time. So when it gets dark, it's a dark winter for all of us. Matt is enjoying it. I just want to point that out. And he gave me the Bo-leaving chart. He made it. It's been as low as 40%. Did I take it down to 40? Got it to 50. Went to 60. Bo Nix over the Chiefs. That should have been a win by the Broncos. So it got up to 80, but I was still a little iffy. Now I see him in person, and of course, when I go to watch him in person on Sunday in Denver, he has his best game of his career. So efficient, so good. He passed a 33-yard pass over the middle, over the linebacker, in between the safeties, and I turned to my daughter and said, that was a heck of a pass. I mean, that was a heck of a pass. So I'm seeing stuff now from Bo Nix that I'm starting to go, well, I don't think this is the immature Drew Lock and kind of that side of it. He's an easy guy to cheer for. I said, I'm rooting for him big time. Why? His character, his leadership qualities, and all of that stuff. I like Bo Nix. Is my Bo-leaving chart at 100%. I've got my listener text, 605-720-1067 on the Barons-Wilson text line. Nate, your Bo Nix chart has to be over 100%, right? Has to be over 100%? Let's not, I mean, I can be a Broncos homer, but let's not go crazy. It's not over 100%. The last 2 weeks have been solid. Should have beat the Chiefs on the road. That's something. Blasted the Falcons in Denver. I will tell you, the Bo Nix Bo-leaving chart on the Nate Brown Show is officially at 94%. 94. Little bit of wiggle room. Just a little bit. I can't go all in like, people in Denver say, this is it. This is the guy. End of story. I mean, this is the guy. I just had Brandon Stokely. He's been around the league. He was 15-year wide receiver, was around Peyton Manning, some great players. He says he's at 100%. The Broncos have their quarterback. I'm at 94%. That's really, really close. Really close. I'm not going to go over my skis. Not going to go over my skis quite yet. Let's stay fair and balanced. Let's stay mindful. Let's give them a little room. Raiders coming up. You start blasting the Raiders on the road, and now we got something cooking here. So let's hang tight. 94%, that's great. We're not at 100% on the Bo-leaving chart quite yet. So let's go to yesterday. So I'm leaving Denver yesterday, and I'm hearing the sports media. I'm tuning around and listening to the different sports stations, as you might expect. So I'm popping around. I'm heading out. And I'm hearing the Denver sports media. They're talking Broncos first, and then they go to this story with the Nuggets. And I'm going, well, Nuggets, I know the Nuggets have been great down there the last couple of years, and so interesting. But they go to head coach Michael Malone. Michael Malone, they say, I don't really love what he did over the weekend. And what did Nuggets head coach Michael Malone do over the weekend? I find this interesting in South Dakota, where we love high school sports. Michael Malone skipped a regular season game. So he didn't go to coach the Nuggets over the weekend because he went to the state volleyball tournament in Colorado. His daughter's playing. Okay? Okay. So let me get to our second question of the day. Do you have an issue with Nuggets head coach Michael Malone skipping a regular season game? This isn't preseason. This isn't the off-season workouts. This is a regular season. You only have 82 of them. Regular season NBA game to watch the Colorado volleyball tournament. The sports guys that I were listening to, they're like, I'm not gonna go crazy on it, but I don't like it. It's a bad look. One of them's like, I don't have kids, so I don't, I don't know. Maybe it's you gotta. Let me ask the Nate Brown Show audience here in South Dakota: would you have a problem with the NBA Nuggets head coach Michael Malone skipping a regular season game to watch his daughter play in the Colorado State volleyball tournament. He did that over the weekend. What say you? 605-720-1067. Barron's Wilson text line if you want to join the conversation. I'm interested in what you have to say because we have jobs. We do this, okay? We're going to miss certain things. We maybe don't get to watch this, don't get to watch that, yet some people don't. Some parents don't watch their kids enough, and they regret it. They regret it. Say, I wish I could go back. Some parents like, I'm going to watch every single game. By the way, then I have a couple of buddies who tell me, well, how about the olden days where my parents didn't go to watch every single game? It wasn't a big deal. I don't really like that style either. So what say you? Michael Malone skips a regular season game for the Nuggets. Is he held at a different standard? Is he held at a different standard than your everyday parent? That's what I want to know. I have an opinion on this, as you might imagine. I have a strong opinion on this. What say you? Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate.
How we doing?
Beautiful day out.
Yeah, always.
You know, I've got a job where I'm able to take time off to go watch my kids in sports. In fact, I'm going to be taking Friday off to go watch my kids for the weekend as they start their winter sports season.
Okay.
What's the NBA have, 300 regular season games, or are they up to 500 now?
Yeah, not quite, but you're saying they have enough?
Who cares?
Oh, wow.
He can take a game off.
He can.
Absolutely. It's a job. Take a game off, watch your kids. How many times you get to see your kids play in a state championship, high school, anything?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I know what you're saying, man. All right.
And I realize he gets paid big bucks, but...
Yeah, that's what they were saying in Denver. They said, hey, this guy's getting paid a ton. This is a privilege. You're an NBA coach. There's only 30 of them. I mean, come on.
Yep. Well, there's probably only 30 presidents of companies that get paid gazillions of dollars as well. And I guarantee you they take a weekend off to go watch their kid participate in something.
Yep. No, I
don't think it's any different. And they play a stupid amount of regular season basketball games. One game is meaningless in the NBA. It's like baseball. There's just too many regular season games. If they played 36 games, like college or whatever, then it's a little different.
Okay, I got you. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks for getting in. 605-720-1067. What do I say? Well, let's see. What does the audience say on Twitter first? Nuggets coach Michael Malone skipped a regular season NBA game to watch his daughter over the weekend of the Colorado volleyball tournament. What do you think? Not a great look? Not a good look? Can't do it? Or it's fine to do it? It's fine to do it. 88% of the Nate Brown Show audience says it's fine to do it. 88%. 12% say you can't do it. Not a good look. Here's what I have to say. If you've got NBA players that are not playing, they're not playing, all of a sudden people buy big-time tickets to go watch NBA players, and then all of a sudden we have a little bump or a bruise, and we put a fake injury list together, and then they don't play. Nobody says much. We got guys that get paid millions of dollars that don't even play all year, like Kawhi Leonard. I mean, what's Kawhi doing? Well, he's not watching his daughter in the volleyball tournament. I don't give a rip. He's not playing. And we're going to hold Michael Malone's like, oh, yeah, I skipped a game or he missed a game. I know, like everybody else, not just one game. How many games do these guys miss? Most of them. Now, there's great guys that play a ton. Nikola Jokic plays a ton. Love it. I mean, there's guys that play a ton. There's a bunch of guys that skip, and it's not just one game. So if we're actually going to worry about an NBA coach, Michael Malone, I'm not going to worry about that. Hey, I want to skip one game. I'm going to go watch the Colorado volleyball tournament. let's just keep an eye on the rest of the players across the board. You want to talk about getting paid a ton? Getting paid a ton. And they skip game. Oh, it's for their health. It's the back-to-back. So you got to, it's for his health and his family too. Don't give me a break. Well, I could skip games across the board, and then we're worried about a coach in Denver skipping a game. Give me a break. I'm with you. Coming right back with Dan Swartos, Executive Director of the Activities Association, live from Pierre. High school sports update on the way.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Hey, South Dakota, there's a new South Dakota-based fitness app. It's time to transform your fitness journey and download the Apex Fitness app for just $15 a month. Whether you're aiming for weight loss, muscle gain, or maintenance, Apex has everything you need to fit any goal and fitness level. Need a workout? They've got you covered. Download the new Apex Fitness app. Go to apexathletics3.com. That's the number 3, apexathletics3.com, and start your journey for just $15 a month.
Auto Value has once again teamed up with Toys for Tots to help deliver hope to less fortunate children this Christmas. Now through December 15th, you can drop off a new unwrapped toy or cash donation at any participating Auto Value parts store. Your toy or cash donation will not only help Santa, but also allow one more child to experience the magic of Christmas. On behalf of everyone at Auto Value and the North Pole, we thank you.
Hi, it's Nate Brown for Black Hills Community Bank. If you run your own company or you're looking to start a small business here in the Black Hills, you want to make sure you choose the right banking partner, and I know the right choice for business is Black Hills Community Bank. They have plenty of banking options to suit your specific needs, and Black Hills Community Bank is here to help business owners thrive and to make sure you have the support and tools to help your business grow. Just contact one of their business loan experts today or visit bhcbank.com. Member FDIC.
Attention football fans. The BetMGM Sportsbook at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort has it all. Watch your team on massive high-definition screens while enjoying live betting. Keep some skin in the game even when the odds don't go your way. Enter Jack's second chance mulligan drawing by dropping your losing ticket for a shot at up to $200 in Cadillac cash every week. Satisfy your craving with mouth-watering Mexican cuisine from Guadalajara's, or choose from 4 other food vendors, all while sipping on your favorite drinks. The BetMGM Sportsbook at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. How will your game play out?
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A high wind warning continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. A wind advisory continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. Lows dip down to about 25 tonight under clear skies. Northwesterly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Lots of sunshine outside again tomorrow. Highs level off around 41. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 34.
Remember when Rapid City had 3 drive-in theaters? When Marine Life Aquarium was up on Highway 16? How about when Piggly Wiggly anchored Bacon Park? Remember when you could fix most any car with duct tape and baling wire? One look under the hood today is all the reminder you need that life goes on and technology waits for no one. No worries, the ASE certified pros at Al's D&I can handle it. Doesn't matter what decade or country it's from, Al's D&I can fix them. Check in at Al's D&I on Sturgis Road and online at alsdniautorepair.com.
Get away from it all in the great outdoors for lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. We make your RV experience fun and easy by providing you with a quality recreational vehicle, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. Our large inventory of fifth-wheelers, travel trailers, toy haulers, and live-in horse trailers allows us to save our customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Stop by and see us at Dakota Discount RV, 3330 East Mall Drive across from Cabela's and on JB Road, Blackhawk.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show live, Tuesday edition of the program, second hour here on Fox Sports Radio, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Every guest appears on the Pizza Ranch hotline, powered by the Pizza Ranch. 2 locations in Rapid City, and also at 3809 East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, And in Brandon, stop by 202 South Split Rock Boulevard, where you'll find the Pizza Ranch, home of everyone's favorite buffet, locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch. Our next guest on the Pizza Ranch hotline, Dan Swartos, Executive Director, South Dakota High School Activities Association. Busy weekend in Vermilion. The Dome Championships in the books. Dan, good to get you on. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Let me ask you, any anecdotal thoughts of crowds at the state championships, numbers? How did it look in Vermilion over the weekend?
Oh, the crowds were really great. It was teams that hadn't been there for a while. You know, I'm from Volga originally, so the last time Sioux Valley was in the Dome, I was there. I was 8 years old watching my younger brother, so it was good seeing them back in there. But Sioux Valley and Lennox and some teams that hadn't been there in a long time. So the crowds were really good. We had a little bit different schedule this year that I'm happy to talk about if you want. But I thought overall it went really well. We were happy with the crowds, and it was 3 days of pretty good football.
I saw some great games. I mean, I'm following this. I mean, there's some great games in a lot of the classes. I look at the times. What do you say? You know, people say, well, there's a morning game, then we waited all day. There was a night game, and so the times were different this year. How did you have to do that? What's the story on the times? Do people have concern over morning start times of state title games?
Yeah, well, we usually have a 10 or 11 o'clock game, but I mean the big thing is that USD's football team had to practice on Thursday.
Okay.
They've been sort of working around that with us the last couple of years, and you know there's some NCAA rules where they're not allowed to practice in the mornings because the players are supposed to be in class. So there's times where they're allowed to practice. So we've been trying to sort of fit them in between contests. And you know, last year on that first day, we had the 9A game had about 130 points scored, and it took about 4 hours. So they lost all their practice time, and they do have that outdoor practice facility area, but they were going up to play at UND this year and wanted to practice within the Dome, so we needed to accommodate that. So that first day we had that split in between the games, and usually we play all those 9-man games on Thursday, but had to move one of them to Friday then, and then had the 3 games on Friday and 2 on Saturday.
So I look at that Saturday night AAA game. Why'd you start that early?
You know, we kind of shift that around depending on if USD plays at home, we'll generally start at 7.
Okay.
If they don't, and we're playing 2 games there. For this one, it was a noon and a 5 o'clock. You know, the workers there at USD have been there with us for 12 hours a day for a couple days straight, and they're ready to be done with it. So if we just figured if we can get them going and start it at 5 rather than 7 o'clock and get everyone back on the road at an earlier time, then you know there was really no reason not to move a little bit earlier.
Dan Swartos on, talking football championships, another successful year covering South Dakota High School football, South Dakota High School Activities Association Executive Director. Last one on this. Did you hear any concern of fans or anything that had to travel, early start times or anything? Or are you like, well, it's just kind of, you know, we're going to put it together as best we can, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Is it all going to work out?
Not that I heard. I mean, we've got our football advisory coming up here December 3rd, I think. And we'll see what the coaches have to say about that. Nothing that I received at the office or emails or anything on that on the start time.
Okay, let me ask you about a football thing that's been going on in South Dakota and around the country, football crews, officiating crews. We've had to move games around to Thursdays and Saturdays and that whole thing, and you've been doing that for a while. How's the health of high school football officiating? We're
getting there. We still need, you know, we can could still do with about a handful more football crews. We can't do them all on Friday nights anymore. A lot of the AAA games, especially Sioux Falls, have shifted most of their games to Saturdays, which has helped. But we still do have some games that we play on Thursdays, or we play some Friday afternoon games, and those crews will work a game Friday afternoon and then drive down the road and work a game Friday night. So we could do. It's gotten better. Our officials group as a whole has grown about 19%, and that's one of the highest in the country. So we're really happy about that. But we're still working on building some more crews and getting some more of those put together so that we don't have to ask people to play on Thursdays anymore. I think the people that have shifted to Saturdays kind of like that, and so I think they're good with it. But we're going to try to get a few more crews put together here and keep working on that.
Dan Sortos in tonight on the Nate Brown Show, Executive Director of the Activities Association in Pierre. Speaking of the Dome Championships, big crowds, big economic impact in Vermilion, I would expect. You've done a study. You've been working through this, the Activities Association. What does state events do for communities? And you've looked at direct contribution to communities. Why did you want to go about this? What do you want people to know?
I think this was a goal by our board of directors that was started several years ago, and it's sort of evolved over the years. But we're facing in some areas of the state, we're facing some more and more competition with NCAA events, concert events, things like that. And I think it's more just information that we can have in our back pocket to say, hey, we bring money to your communities as well, and these are all local people, and these are all local kids, and what we do is valuable. I think a lot of times we might not be as flashy as some NCAA events or as a concert, but as I look through it, I haven't gotten the football one done yet, but I can't remember the direct impact off the top of my head, but as that money flows through, it's going to work out. It's just over $30 million as that money flows through the economy into local communities. It gets put back into the communities, into employees' pockets and local stores and everything else, and we're really proud of that. The other part of that was just to try to make sure that we stay engaged with local chambers of commerce and keep looking for ways that to maybe help save some schools some money, whether that's hospitality rooms at events or making sure we can get some good rates on hotels, no matter what part of the state we're in, or just see what we can do with that. And I think the overarching aspect of it was we wanted to have that in our back pocket to say, hey, this is the value we bring to your communities, and what we do has a value, and this is a good thing for your community.
I want to ask you, speaking of state events, Howard Wood's going to be the site for the state track and field for the foreseeable future. And so Howard Wood, great facility, and the whole thing can do it all. When that leaves Rapid City, is there a discussion at all for state wrestling and the passion and impact that state wrestling would make in Rapid City every year, or not?
Yeah, there has been that talk, and we've, since I've started, state wrestling used to be 2 years in Sioux Falls, 1 year in Rapid, and then it's been shifting. We shifted it to every other year. It's Sioux Falls Rapid, and now it's the next couple of years here. It's moving to a 2 years in Rapid to 1 year in Sioux Falls, and we're going to continue looking at that. And if that is a trade-off that we would make, and of course, we've got a lot of state basketball tournaments coming to Rapid City in the next couple of years also. We've got both AA boys and girls out in Rapid this year. Next year, I think we've got 3 state tournaments there. We've got AA girls again, and then both the boys. And then 2 years after that, we've got both the boys there again. So we're really happy about that. It's a great facility, and so we're bringing a lot of events to Rapid City. And, I think the wrestling conversation will continue to happen. And just as the track conversation will continue to happen, the big function of that is, the membership wanting that 3-day event all in the same facility. And when that happens, it's just a matter of the facility and parking and concession stands and restrooms and being able to house that event if we're going to have everybody in the same place for 3 straight days. And right now, Howard Wood is the best place to do that, just like right now for state football, the best place to do that is the Dakota Dome because it's an indoor facility and you don't got to worry about weather. And so it has nothing to do with O'Hara. I think O'Hara is a great facility and nothing to do with Rapid City at all. I love having events out in Rapid City. We put a lot of stuff out there.
Dan Swartos on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Appreciate his time. Executive Director of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Last one, Dan, that football advisory meeting's coming up. There's a lot of things sometimes that come out of that. Is there anything on the agenda that's like, hey, this might be one of the interesting things to discuss out of the football advisory next month?
No, I mean, I think a lot of the discussion, we've got that study that we're going to do, a task force to study the success factor, and I think there'll be discussion on that.
Okay.
Just getting some opinions on that. But I haven't heard a whole lot coming out of that. Of course, there's always talk. You get the Thursday night playoff games. The coaches always want to move those to Fridays, which I understand. But then you run into, on the one week you run into state cheer and dance and cross country on that weekend. The following week you run into state chorus and orchestra. And so it's just kind of the function of our calendar. We sort of bookend it with Thanksgiving and work backwards from there. And for better or worse, you run out of weekends. And if you're trying to stay off of state dates with playoff dates, something's got to give somewhere.
Football Advisory Committee meeting coming up early December. Dan Swartos on tonight. Great update. South Dakota High School sports. Love covering it. Dan, appreciate the work you do. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Thanks for covering it.
I appreciate your time. Dan Swartos on South Dakota Sports Talk Show, Executive Director, South Dakota High School Activities Association. Appreciate Dan all the time coming on the show. Whenever we ask, he's always ready to go, very open, and discussing high school sports across South Dakota. Interesting updates from Dan Swartos. If you miss any parts of the show, a reminder, you can't catch it all live, maybe 2 hours every day, so go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. Every show, every guest right there. Just download the Nate Brown Show podcast where you get your podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get it. Search the Nate Brown Show, and you've got this show right there. Coming right back, South Dakota Mines Athletic Director is David Crum. He's got a big event in South Dakota Mines tonight. Let's talk to him next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here, taking flight Thursday nights on the buffet. Only at Pizza Ranch. Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Are you tired of your dog shredding your lawn or tracking in with muddy paws? Canine Grass by Forever Lawn is the high-performance artificial grass made specifically for dogs. Only the Canine Grass system has knitted backing for edge-to-edge drainage, antimicrobial blades, and no infill. Don't trap the waste and odors using any other turf. Call 605-831-9026 or Google Forever Lawn in South Dakota. With dealerships on both sides of the state, we're ready to help you clean up after your dogs. Forever Lawn in South Dakota.
After years in the making, Mr. Liquor's new second location off Catron Boulevard in Rapid City is now open. Discover the ultimate destination for fine wine, premium spirits, beer, and more. Enhance your experience at Mr. Liquor's new Campfire Bar and Patio with large TVs, rotating taps, and featured wines to be enjoyed inside or outside around massive fire pits. The all-new Mr. Liquor off Catron Boulevard next to Walmart is now open. Or shop the original spot on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City. More than liquor, it's Mr. Liquor.
Get a great deal on a pre-owned 4x4 truck or sport utility from Denny Mental Toyota. Shop a great selection of 4x4s and all-wheel drives, imports and domestics, plus the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Get financing as low as 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on certified pre-owned. See Denny Mental Toyota or DennyMentalToyota.com. $18.87 per 1,000 finance, regardless of down on select models with qualified credit. Expires 1/6/25.
Building projects can be complex. The risks are great and time is money. Consolidated Construction of Rapid City simplifies the process by being your advocate, guiding you through funding, design, and construction. They manage the players and the schedule and marry the design to your budget so you get the most for your investment. They promise an energizing experience before, during, and after construction. It's not enough that you get a quality building. They pledge you'll experience quality every step of the way. Consolidated Construction. OneCallToBuild.com.
Ever since Barron's Wilson Funeral Home first opened their doors in Rapid City 140 years ago, they have continued to make personal service their number one priority. In your time of grief, they offer a personal touch by being at your side through every step of the funeral process. They answer difficult questions and guide you toward other professional services you may need. See for yourself the wide variety of services they can provide for you by visiting their website at barronswilson.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Jensen at Physio. We want to be your trusted partner for physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab. As the official strength and conditioning partners for Stevens, Central, Douglas, and the Rapid City Rush, our team at Physio is building the best athletes in the Black Hills. If you have an athlete in the family, we offer long-term athlete development at affordable prices for middle and high school students. We also have the only board-certified sports PT in Rapid City. At our brand new facility, Physio is ready to help you perform at your best. One-on-one physical therapy, athlete development, and sports rehab, all at one place. Get started at bhphysio.com.
This is The Nate Brown Show, also streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe to The Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
Welcome back in, South Dakota Sports Talk Show live. Fox Sports Radio, The Nate Brown Show. Glad to have you here. Tuesday show packed tonight. There's some big events going on. How about this tonight, the RMAC? So the RMAC volleyball playoffs start. And in Rapid City, South Dakota Mines volleyball really back. The volleyball program at South Dakota Mines has had tough times. This coach has things going. They're hosting a quarterfinal match tonight. David Crumbs, the athletic director, just took over South Dakota Mines AD. Big RMAC volleyball playoffs tonight, 7 o'clock, by the way. Get there, get ready, King Center. David Crum on tonight. David, good to have you back. How are you?
Very good. Thank you, Nate. It's great to be back with you.
Well, I want to ask you about, you show up, and you're looking at the overall program. Okay, here's what we're trying to do. It takes you a while to get a feel for things. I'm looking back at South Dakota Mines volleyball. It's just been tough as far as wins and losses. Now this volleyball program really kind of setting the pace here. Talk about kind of what you've seen as you've been here a short time in this program revival.
Yeah, if you look at Lauren Prohaska, she's done an amazing job with this program. I think she's in her 5th or 6th year here, and each year progressively it's gotten better and better. In the last 2 years, it's just kind of blown the top off of things with the best record we ever had in the RMAC. Last year we finished 4th. This year we went undefeated at home. We're 18-8. We're 3rd overall in the RMAC conference, which is honestly one of the better conferences in the country for volleyball. So Coach Prohaska's done an amazing job.
I want to ask you about the growth of volleyball. I have daughters. You've had kids that play sports. I look at volleyball. What do you see as far as I think the youth popularity, I feel like it's really growing there. I don't know if every sport can say that. What do you see?
Honestly, I've seen the last 10 years, I've had 3 daughters that all played at different levels within a club in high school. I'm married to my wife is a former volleyball coach and player herself, and the last 10 years, volleyball, the popularity, if you look at the ratings of the NCAA tournaments, volleyball has just taken off. Quite honestly, it was at a point of equaling or overtaking women's basketball. I think Caitlin Clark has helped women's basketball kind of catch up a little bit, but volleyball has been on fire these last 12 years, and it's an exciting sport.
RMAC playoffs getting going tonight, 7 o'clock, King Center. South Dakota Mines volleyball in a good spot, taking on Colorado Christian. And when you think about the success this program has had, David, you've been in college athletics a while. How hard is it to take a program that's really struggled and get to where they are?
It's extremely difficult, and I think the way Coach Prohaska has done it is culture, and then every single day you've got to be recruiting. You've got to be selling what you're doing, selling your culture, selling the education that they're going to get at South Dakota Mines, and that's what I've seen with Coach Lauren when I've walked in. She's got 18 young ladies that are all excited about being here. The culture that they have is an amazing culture, and that's what I think it takes. It takes, one, you've got to just recruit, and then you've got to basically build the culture when they get here and make sure that we're doing it right and that the process is being followed, which Coach Lauren's done an amazing job at.
So now that they're winning, South Dakota Mines volleyball in the playoffs tonight, they win, they get to the semis of the RMAC. We'll see what happens tonight against Colorado Christian. You're trying to get the Hard Rocker brand out there, David. That's kind of you're the face of the department. Volleyball success, you're trying to get it out there. What do you want to tell the community? Hey, you haven't come to a Hard Rocker volleyball game for I don't know how long. What do you want to tell them?
Come tonight, 7 o'clock tonight, the King Center. It's a whiteout. If you want to see some great young ladies, great athletes, come tonight. It's going to be high-level volleyball that you're going to see. You're going to have an atmosphere that's second to none. They played last year here, and it was one of the best. Everybody talked about this event last year at this time, and we're about ready to do it again tonight. And so if you don't have plans for tonight, go online, buy your tickets, show up here with a credit card, and we'll get you in, and you'll see college athletics, Division II athletics at its best tonight.
Hard Rocker volleyball unbeaten at home. What is it about the King Center this year?
I tell you what, last Saturday we played Colorado Mesa. We were undefeated at home. Colorado Mesa ended up finishing second in the league. They've been for almost every year first or second in the league. We've never beat them, and we defeated them Saturday night. It was the most five-match, exciting match you'd ever want to see. So they knew what it mattered, and our young ladies, our team, our squad stepped up in a big way.
David Crum, South Dakota Mines Athletic Director, has a good setup tonight. The Hard Rocker volleyball program on the rise. Colorado Christian in town. RMAC quarterfinals, 7 o'clock at the King Center in Rapid City. David, good luck to the team. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Nate. Hope to see you tonight.
Appreciate it.
Everybody else.
Appreciate it. David Crum on tonight. Wanted to highlight that for the Hard Rockers. This is a volleyball program that's had a tough time. There was okay times, but a struggle. This coach has really raised the bar. Trying to get to the semifinals of the RMAC. That's a good D2 conference for volleyball. Hard Rocker volleyball, unbeaten at home, trying to win tonight, 7 o'clock. The match is underway. Colorado Christian. It's a whiteout for South Dakota Mines volleyball tonight. Get to the King Center. A lot of volleyball kids, man. Rapid City's become, there's some good volleyball players and club teams across the state. So South Dakota volleyball, I think it's been pretty darn good, and South Dakota Mines tapping into that with a nice season. They'll be going at 7 tonight. We're coming right back on the Nate Brown Show with Inside Sports Medicine. Did you hear about this? Sanford Health expanding West River. We'll talk to Dr. Lou Pappendick. What's the story? Next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
This New Year's Eve, get ready to rock the box featuring flannel and pop rocks live at the Box Event Center. Enter the costume contest for your chance to win the $1,000 grand prize. General admission tickets start at just $35. How about an all-you-can-eat nacho bar? VIP packages, including a room stay and breakfast, start at $149 at rockthebox.live. Rock the box with us and ring in the new year with a bash. Tickets available now. Visit rockthebox.live.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
Renewal by Anderson has done it again. Their incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's better than ever. But don't wait. Call and book today. Do not miss this one. You get 20% off every window, plus a Visa gift card for up to $2,000 right before Christmas. No money down, no interest, no payments for 18 months. Don't pay a dime until 2026. Call today. Act fast. This incredible offer only runs from November 15th through December 14th. Do not wait. Book your free estimate right now at rbarapidcity.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A high wind warning continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. A wind advisory continues until 5 p.m. tomorrow night. Lows dip down to about 25 tonight under clear skies, northwesterly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Lots of sunshine outside again tomorrow. Highs level off around 41. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 33.
If you're in the market for a vehicle right now, you probably have noticed it's sometimes hard to find the right one. That's where Summit Automotive Group steps in. Stacy and Matt and their staff working hard to get a great selection of pre-owned vehicles at affordable prices. At Summit Automotive, they have a different outlook on selling you a vehicle. You'll experience stress-free shopping, friendly, honest service with no high-pressure sales gimmicks. Before you buy, drop by East Highway 44, summitautogrp.com.
At Highmark Credit Union, we are big sports fans, and even bigger fans of our teachers. That's why we offer debit cards featuring our local high school mascots on the front. These cards are awesome, and every time you use your card, Highmark makes a donation to the school activity clubs. Highmark has donated over $5,000 locally to Rapid City and Douglas schools. So make the smart money move, show your school spirit, and open an account at Highmark. Visit highmarkfcu.com.
Your sports, your show. From East River to West River, this is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show, The Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in South Dakota Sports Talk Show across the state. Glad you're here. The Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Radio. Let's go inside sports medicine, brought to you by Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. We do it every month on the Nate Brown Show. Inside sports medicine tonight, special edition. Big news coming out. Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, Black Hills Surgical Hospital, partnering with Sanford Health. What's this all about? Want to educate the audience. Dr. Lou Pappendick, part of Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, here on the Nate Brown Show. Lou, good to get you back on. How are you?
I'm doing great, Nate, and thanks so much for having me. Always a lot of fun.
Well, I know.
Hey, before we get into this big announcement, hey,
Yes.
Can I just do a little family plug?
Yes.
Sports medicine?
Yes.
So Carrie Pappendick, my lovely bride, just returned from the AQHA World Show, and she was crowned world champion NSBA for Ranch Trail. So let's bring it back to South Dakota.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Okay, that's a big-time shout-out. And now there's big-time news. I want to ask you about this scenario because I think people out West River say, wait, so Sanford Health's coming out. Let's start there, Lou. Kind of educate the audience. What is this all about?
Yes, thanks. I'll try and summarize and kind of clear the air a little bit. So for the last 3 years, we have been looking, Black Hills Orthopedics and Black Hills Surgical Hospital has been looking for a partner that will help keep the healthcare dollars in Rapid City to help improve overall healthcare here in our community. And we have our previous Canadian partners were not helping in that nature, so we were looking for a new partner. And over 3 years, we've had discussions with many options, but our very own Bill Gasson, who's the CEO of Sanford Health, as you might remember, he and his brother were star football players for Central Cobblers, and his mother was a nurse at Black Hills Surgical Hospital. And with those roots, he has always had his heart in West River healthcare. And he currently lives in Sioux Falls, of course, and he's the CEO of Sanford Health. And their mission is to bring world-class healthcare to the rural setting of America, and certainly in their market. And we, of course, have always been about excellent healthcare. And as a lot of the marketing material has been on billboards, Black Hills Surgical Hospital has been the number one orthopedic hospital in the nation for 2 consecutive years. And I'm happy to announce we were just named number 1 for a 3rd consecutive year.
Wow.
And so I think the culture that, our staff has, our nurses, the doctors, our surgical techs, all our support people, they have this culture about providing the best possible health care that we can. And Sanford Health is the number 1 healthcare organization in South Dakota from a big hospital standpoint, and that was according to U.S. News and World Report. And they are a 5-star Medicare hospital in North Dakota. And so between North Dakota and South Dakota, they're excellent. And I think to bring a partner like that to Rapid City to help us develop the healthcare needs that, we think the community needs, that's what we're all about. And hopefully we can develop and allow our patients, our people of this community and region to receive world-class health care right here in Rapid City.
Well, I would say that was a great summary. I would give you credit. Dr. Lou Pappendick, you're a pro. By the way, some big question people will have before I let you go is anything, my doctor's going to change my this, you know what people say, Lou. Answer that question.
Yes, it's going to be just as they've experienced, at least for orthopedic care and musculoskeletal care at this time. We are still Black Hills Orthopedics. We are still Black Hills Surgical Hospital. We are just powered and partnered with Sanford Health to help, and they can bring resources to this community to help build out other areas of healthcare. And we will look to the needs of the area and try and expand into those areas to really bring world-class health care right here.
Big news for Western South Dakota. Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, Black Hills Surgical Hospital, Dr. Lou Pappendick and all the team members joining Sanford Health in a partnership here on Inside Sports Medicine. Wanted to educate everybody. How excited are you, Lou? How excited?
I am very, very excited about it, and I want to stay involved, to help build this out. I'm going to continue doing clinical medicine for at least another year. Okay. And so we'll just see where it goes from there. But we want to keep doing a better job in sports medicine and orthopedics and just bring these other areas that we really need.
Lou, thanks a lot. Good luck. I appreciate you coming on.
Nate, thank you so much. Take care, buddy. We'll be in touch.
Dr. Lou Pappendick, part of the great team, Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, Black Hills Surgical Hospital, joining Sanford Health. That's it. We're back tomorrow.
My reason why is community.
My reason why is leadership.
My reason why is to inspire others.